So we're going to make a little water chocolate ganache. So we're going to
Will Torrent is a chef who makes decadent desserts for award-winning restaurants and a high-end supermarket chain. He's also a Christian and one of Tearfund's ambassadors. He's just back from Ivory Coast in West Africa, which has inspired the new chocolate recipe he's showing me.
You've got a chocolate shell on the outside, you've got a banana caramel, and then the chocolate truffle filling in there as well.
You carry on, Will.
Yeah?
I'm grand here.
Ivory Coast is the world's largest producer of cocoa for chocolate.
Thank you for welcoming me here today. Really appreciate it.
On his trip, Will was struck for the first time by local farmers freeing themselves from poverty through training funded by charitable giving.
Richard we met, he's in his 10th year of his plantation. For the first 3 years, nothing really grew. And then he got his training, and now, of course, he's got an abundance of fruit. Something as simple as making their own compost that will bring costs down, and if they can make it on their farms and they surround each base of the tree with this compost, which will naturally give more life to the trees, which means more pods, which therefore means more beans, which therefore means more money from selling the beans, which therefore means they can send their children to school, better food, better medications. And when they were telling me this, I'm kind of going, well, no wonder we should spend more on chocolate. We should say, like, fair trade is our minimum price. So it is about saying, yes, let's make sure that we've got a sustainability factor when it comes to chocolate.
Did you see compassion while you were out there?
Yeah, totally, actually. Huge amounts of compassion. I think it was about seeing life transformed through simple giving. That is just like, you see the love, the joy, the peace, the fruits of the Spirit right there in front of you.
The trip has also made Will think again about the price we pay for our chocolate back at home.
Well, over the last few years, more people want to know where their food comes from. And we are kind of, as a society, ready to spend a little bit more money on organic free-range eggs or knowing where our milk comes from. So I've kind of brought back, well, why should it be any different for chocolate? You know, chocolate has become quite a bit of a convenience food. You can buy it anywhere. But spending a little bit more money on it and understanding where it comes from and, you know, seeing the work that Tearfund and the local church are doing through, or doing with cocoa farmers, well, of course I'm going to spend more. Because I really saw, you know, sowing the seed, letting the trees grow and seeing such an abundance of fruit.
Oh, beautiful.
That was God at work in a cocoa plantation.
Our next song was composed for Tearfund's 25th anniversary and is led in Sheffield by its writer Graham Kendrick and his band.
Beauty for brokenness, hope for despair. Lord, in our suffering, this is our prayer.
Bread for the children, justice, joy, peace. Sunrise to sunset, your kingdom increase.
God
Well, as the staff here at Tier Fund celebrate their 50th birthday, it's almost time for us to go.
Next week, on the eve of St George's Day, Josie Darby is in Northampton talking rugby with the Saints. And on the 25th anniversary of Stephen Lawrence's death, his mother, Baroness Lawrence, tells Sean Fletcher about her faith and her fight for justice. Whether it's around the world or here at home, our final hymn reminds us of God's promise to be with us through all the challenges of life.
A typewriter used by Enid Blyton is amongst the objects on the Antiques Roadshow tonight at 8. Then they all had a reason, but who done it? Don't miss the big reveal in Agatha Christie's Ordeal by Innocence at 9.